Hey there, YouTube. Welcome to Big Mike Beard Wisdom. So, it's kind of late. It's about 8 o'clock at night, maybe 8:30, and it's about time that I did the evening watering in the grass. And I also needed to do some stuff with the plants. So you can see the tomatoes are growing up pretty tall. They're up and over the rail now, so they're doing pretty good. And today was actually a relatively cool day. So this was the first day that we weren't in the 90s. And we were at about, I think, 83 degrees or so for the high. But I'm pretty sure the car said 85 at some point in time when we were driving. So what we're going to do is I'm going to real quick add a little bit of the tomato tone and water it in. Then I'm going to come in here and try and trim up some of the stuff. So this guy over here has grown another sucker way down at the bottom again, and I really need to clear some of this stuff out because this is going to start causing problems later on, and mostly because you can see how far down some of these are dipping. That one in the back is almost touching. Whenever you're growing tomatoes, especially an indeterminate brand or type tomato, you've got a whole bunch of different parts that kind of grow on them. So you've got your standard just like sun leaves, so all it's doing is just growing to collect sun. Then some of these flowers grow on their own little section. So but you also get kind of like splits. So from what I was watching on YouTube and stuff, other people were saying that basically you get suckers, so they wind up growing and splitting, and then you got to try and figure out if you're going to have just one main plant, one main stem coming up, or are you going to grow in multiple suckers. So then you've got 2, 3, 4 stems. And I think the big thing for me is that I want to try and keep the bottom part set up for one stem. That way I maximize the height that it grows, and then as it grows up higher, I can easily let it branch out if need be. So I gotta take a good look at these and figure out which ones I'm gonna cut out. Either way, I'll add some of this espoma real quick, tomato tone. The kind of cool thing now is that, like before when I used this, I used it during the newly potted plants, and we mixed that into the soil. I don't know if we could read. So now it's at the almost like the established plants. So 1.5 teaspoons of tomato tone for every 4 inches of pot diameter. And for this, I'm not measuring this. So what I'm doing is basically grabbing a small handful. I'm not a whole lot of sure as to how much that is, but I would say rough estimate, maybe 1/8 of a cup. And then I'm just putting it in a ring around the plant. Trying to avoid the leaves. You're definitely gonna go. You were in the way. This stuff does stink. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before. So I definitely used the glove. Oh, you need to seal it back up. Oh, now that's in. You can see both bottoms are empty and dry, which they had water as of this morning. So this is a great time to hurry up and water it in. Train. Plan is to add 1/2 gallon of water per plant. That way we've got plenty of water in there to water in that fertilizer, and more than likely to go all the way down through, wash all the way through the soil, hopefully drag some of that fertilizer all the way through the soil, and then come out the bottom. What's the nice thing about it not raining is that I'm pretty sure even if it comes out the bottom, over time that gets re-sucked into the actual bucket to actually reach the roots again. Like the big thing with getting water on the leaves during the day is that, like, if it's during the really sunny part of the day when it's like super hot and stuff, getting water on the leaf can cause like a little bit of burning from the water getting kind of magnified, sort of like a magnifying glass, by the water on the leaf. But you know, if you do it early in the morning, it's probably not a problem. Doing it late at night like this, probably not a problem. So, but it looks like it's not pushing a lot of water through this very fast. So these might have really dried out today. Even though it was cooler, maybe these guys were working harder. And it definitely looks like I'm getting some leaf wilting or rolling, which from what I was reading is normal. This is how it reacts to like warm, dry times. So that might stunt them a little bit, but otherwise I would say everything's running normal with these. Like this one here looks like it's just growing out of the side right here. I don't want that one there. I don't want this one here because it's almost touching the ground. And then really these little suckers here are kind of in the way of watering. So those are gonna go bye-bye. I think this one's gonna go. Might as well just take that big one. Then we'll go ahead and pull out this one. Probably trim these two. So like this one here is really easy to come around and water with how much it's trimmed up. And what a lot of people were saying was the trim almost up to about a good foot, or like the first like set of flowers. So really both of these flowered almost at the same height. So they might be about a foot up. I should kind of measure it. But right now I'm just trying to make it easy for me to water. This one's gonna go. And that one's gonna go. There's this little one here. Probably this whole one here. I think what I'll do is I'll eliminate that whole like rear sucker back there. It's not growing up super tall yet, so it's running up here, coming up that way. So in hindsight, I should have done this a while ago, because that's a good bit of energy the plant's been using to grow it this far. And as you can see, this is probably a sunleaf, that's probably a sunleaf, but up here I have no idea what any of these were about to become. And right there, right where my thumb is, those almost look like those are about to become flowers. So a lot of energy of the plant went into this. So if I had done this sooner, all that energy into growing that would be in this main plant area. I'm going to dip down here, and that one there looks like that one should probably go. It's got a few friends, so it's got this one here, that one there, that one's pretty thick, that one's been growing a bit. So that's, again, a lot of lost energy and resources. And really, if I wanted to, we could pretty much plant this and maybe grow another one. But I don't want too many plants right now. Because while these are kind of cool, I don't want a whole bunch of tomato plants, because this is the first year doing them, so And looking at this, I've got this big sunleaf. I've got this big sunleaf. Sunleaf, sunleaf. This looks like a sucker that needs to go. This sucker here should go. For me, working the watering can in, this should be pretty simple. I just have to dodge this one leaf and we should be good. Doesn't look like it's anywhere near the bottom of the pot, so there should be plenty of room. Same thing with this one. So lots of good room around this one to put water down. We'll take out, I think, this sucker top section here. So that way it still has these sun leaves growing. Because after a while what'll happen is that you want the sun leaves to be there to help provide shade for the fruit, to help the fruit from getting sunburned. Now the big thing is that this here is almost as tall as that one, and I think this is a sucker. So what I may do is leave that one, leave that as the main stem back behind it. So I think this is the main stem back behind it. And then we'll trim out this one here. Basically we'll have the main stem coming up from the bottom. You can see where I have it tied there. Then this sucker here coming up, and that sucker, or that main stem over there. That way we've got two main stems, so to speak. And then these will come up hopefully higher. I'll just have to watch for more suckers and trim them out as they go. I think for this guy, this sucker's going away. Then what else looks like a sucker? So I think in this highway of suckers, I figured out what we're going to do. I'm going to take this one right here off. It's like, what kind of decisions are these going to be? Are these good decisions? I think I'll take these off. The flowers down here that come off of the main stem. Then we've got this sucker going this way. This sucker is going this way, which I think that one's going to come off. So I think for now that's probably enough trimming. Both got narrowed down quite a good bit. Makes me feel like a lot of progress we had was progress in the wrong direction. So, but hopefully these guys grow stronger because of it. They'll hopefully grow a little bit taller and are a little bit more manageable. And hopefully I didn't just kill them. Alright, so it's the next morning from when we trimmed. And what's kind of interesting is like there's that little droplet of water from one of the cuttings that we took on the plant yesterday. And I wonder if that's coming from the plant itself. But as I'm looking at this, like I missed that little sucker that's there that probably should get clipped out. There's a little tiny sucker right there next to the flowers that's starting. I don't know if that little leaf was there last night or not, but I should probably go ahead and clip that one out. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll check you next time. Thank you, motion sensor light. horn's blowing. Shit's going sideways. What is that? I don't think it'll focus. Focus. If I bring my finger in, you focus. Focus on that. Don't let it be a spider that jumps on me.